Well, that was very cool. Hey guys, have you ever felt like your life was just too comfortable? Like you weren't taking enough risks or trying hard enough to achieve your dreams? Well, in this video, I want to share a story that changed my perspective on risk and taught me that nothing worthwhile comes easy. The story begins with a conversation I had with a mentor. I was struggling with a difficult decision, but his words really challenged me to think differently about risk. He said something that shocked me. He said, "You can't be scared of risk because risk is just another form of failure." Now, I was like, but then he explained. He said that people avoid risk and failure so much that they end up living small, unfulfilled lives because they're too afraid to take chances and fail. He talked about a famous quote by Nelson Mandela: "There's no passion to be found in playing small, in settling for a life that is less than the one you're capable of living." And I realized that he was right. We all have dreams and aspirations, but how many of us actually take the steps to pursue them? How many of us let fear hold us back and keep us from pursuing our dreams? My mentor also shared something that really surprised me. He said that we should never have a backup plan. We shouldn't fall back when things get tough. Instead, we should fall forward and keep moving towards our goals. He told me a story about a 9-dot puzzle where you were asked to connect 9 dots in a square using 5 lines without lifting your pencil. At first I thought it was impossible, but then I realized that the only way to solve it was to go outside the box and break the lines outside the boundaries of the square. And that's when it hit me. We often need to think outside the box to solve problems and achieve our goals. We need to be willing to break the rules and take risks to succeed. This is a great example of someone who took a risk and succeeded despite facing setbacks. Edison failed 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, but he didn't give up. And Thomas Edison, the famous inventor, failed thousands of times before he created the light bulb. But each failure brought him one step closer to success. He didn't let setbacks define him. And it's the same for us. We will fail in life. We will lose. We will embarrass ourselves. And yes, we will even suck at something. But it's okay. It's part of the process. As Zig Ziglar says, if you shoot for the stars, you might land on the moon. But if you're afraid of failure, you'll never even try. So how do we overcome this fear of failure? The answer, my friends, is simple. Just keep moving. Keep trying. And eventually you will succeed. I once read a story about a man who was stuck on a mountainside during a storm. He was cold, wet, and exhausted. But he refused to give up. He kept climbing and eventually reached the top of the mountain. When he looked down, he realized that the path he had taken was a zigzag path. But if he had seen it from the bottom, it would have looked like a straight line. And that's when I realized that the path to success is often not a straight line. It's full of twists and turns. But as long as we keep moving forward, we will eventually reach our destination. Remember, my friends, risk is just another form of failure. So don't be afraid to take risks and fail miserably. Be bold and daring and never give up on your dreams. Thank you.